What up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we'll be doing my UFC 328 predictions. We're gonna go through all the fights, say who I think is gonna win. And last time I did one of these videos, I went like 11 for 12 or 12 for 30 or something like that. So I'm hoping to do that same thing with this card. So let's get into it. This card is pretty loaded top to bottom. I think we're gonna have a lot of banger fights going on, a lot of good stylistic matchups. Complete opposites in my opinion on some of these fights. So. First fight of the night is Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. I'm going to take Jose Ochoa here. I think he's going to be able to keep this fight on the feet, stick and move, and he's just going to outclass Clayton Carpenter when Clayton Carpenter is going to try and get some takedowns. So I'm going to take Jose Ochoa in the first fight of the night. And then we have Serkayev versus Santos. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these names, but I'm going to take Serkayev to win this. I think he is just overall all-around skilled way more than Santos. I'm gonna take him to win here. Next fight is Pat Sabatini versus William Gomes. This is another stylistically interesting matchup. I think the beginning of this fight is going to play out with Gomes on the feet, being able to stick and move, and I think he's going to catch him in the early rounds, but we're going to get Pat Sabatini weathering the storm, and eventually the fight, I feel like it's going to get early on. He's just going to be able to get a takedown, and I think he's going to end up submitting William Gomes here in this fight. I don't think this fight it's going to be kind of close in the beginning on the feet, and once Sabatini gets it to the mat, it's going to be wraps. Now we have Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Originally, I want to pick Roman Kopylov, but I picked him before his fight against Secret Juice guy, and he just keeps on losing. He's lost like three, four fights in a row or whatever. So I'm gonna go with Marco Tulio here. I think, theoretically, I think that Roman Kopylov is more skilled in every which way. We'll be able to pick him apart, but something's just telling me that he's just gonna shit the bed again. He's not gonna fight all too well in this fight. So I'm gonna pick Marco Tulio to somehow either win a decision out of this fight. I'm not going to say this is going to be the most entertaining fight on the night here, but Roman Kopylov is on my do not bet list or do not pick list, so I will not be picking him. He's probably going to be out of the UFC after this fight because I think he's going to lose and potentially go on a 3-4 fight losing streak. So there is that one. Now we get to some more interesting fight. We get to Jim Miller and Jared Gordon. My heart wants to pick Jim Miller, but the age is just not on his side whatsoever. He's slowed down a lot. He's easy to hit, and Jared Gordon's younger, and I feel like he has more. He's just gonna be quicker. He has more of a skill set, and everyone knows what Jim Miller's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna get hit. He's gonna go for like a takedown or try and close the distance here, and I think Jared Gordon is gonna win by a decision here, and it sucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a classic Jim Miller guillotine, but I just don't think that Jared Gordon's gonna let that happen here. So I'm gonna go with Jared Gordon. Next, we got another great banger of a fight. Stylistically, we got Grant Dawson versus Mateus Rebecki. Again, Rebecki, I feel like is gonna be able to hit Dawson here, and he's got very good power, and if he lands one of these shots and he's able to take control, the fight's not going to be close. But the real question is Grant Dawson going to be able to close distance and get the takedown? And in the end, this for me is real 50-50. I'm going to go with the wrestler here. I'm just going to say Grant Dawson is able to weather a storm, take him down, and just grind it out, make it a slow-paced, in a clinch or on the ground type of fight here. Not too entertaining, but he's going to win a decision, and Mateus is going to gas out and not going to have the power left at the end of the fight, which is eventually going to cost him in the end, and I'm going to pick Grant Dawson. Next, we got Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amazov. These names are giving me a problem here. I'm going to take Amazov here. I feel like Joel Alvarez is just too easy to hit. He looks stiff. He looks slow. He just doesn't. He's just too hittable in my opinion. Way too hittable, and he's not going to have anything for him. So I'm going to take Amazov here in this one. Next, we have Atebe Gardier. Again, these are Ozzy versus Ozzy Diaz. I'm going to take Gardier here, and this is going to be over in round one. Knockout for Gardier. I think he's going to be able to take him out early, pressure him, and just boom. I think he's going to run through him. This fight isn't going to be close. Hopefully, I think he's a pretty big favorite here, so I'm just gonna stick with that. I feel like he's the favorite for a reason. He's just gonna be able to run right through him. And now we get to the main card with some pretty big names. Again, from top to bottom, this card's good, but this main card should be real fun. We start the night off with King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. Everyone knows these two. King Green, hands down, great in the striking on the feet on the ground is something else. But Jeremy Stevens is going to be there to play the same game as King Green. Jeremy Stevens is going to be looking for the knockout blow, and he's not going to find it. I think this one's pretty easy to predict. I know one shot can end a fight, but King Green is just a nightmare for a fighter like Jeremy Stevens, who loads up and really can you can really foresee his shots coming at from him. So I'm going to take King Green here. I might just stay with a knockout here. I think he's going to be able to pick him apart. He's really going to get in the head like King Green does of Jeremy Stevens, and able to get the knockout here in the first fight on the main card. And then here we have another great fight. We have Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Again, another just wrestler versus striker. These two know exactly what each other want to do. And the one thing is, stop the other person's strengths. And I believe that Joaquin Buckley will be able to do that. Just by how Sean Brady has been getting hit in his last few fights. For God's sake, he got knocked out by Belal Muhammad. I'm going to take Joaquin to win by knockout. They both know what they're going to do, like I said, but the explosiveness of Joaquin Buckley is out of this world, and he will be able to catch Sean Brady here, and I'm going to take him out. And I know everyone going back to Joaquin's fight with Kamaru Usman, he was easily taken down. Kamaru's not easy to hit. That's the thing. The striking difference between Kamaru and Sean Brady, in my opinion, is miles apart. And so that was very, very hard for Joaquin. And this is going to be a 3-round fight. And so Joaquin's going to be able to go full force for 3 rounds if he has to, which I don't think he will, and really put the pressure on Sean Brady. He's going to hit Sean Brady. I believe he's probably going to, if he gets him down and he doesn't fully knock him out, he's going to stand him up and be able to batter him on the feet. So I think Sean Brady is the favorite here. So I'm going to take the dog in Joaquin Buckley. We have Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. It seems like Alexander Volkov fights everyone but a champion. I mean, this dude just can't buy a championship fight, or he gets close to winning and he ends up losing. But I think he's going to stay on the right track, and he's going to pick up a win here. I don't believe Waldo Acosta will be able to. In my opinion, he has one chance at winning. That's getting him to the ground, because Volkov really lacks some good takedown defense. But I think he's just too big, too long, and he's gonna get hit with shots on his way in to Volkov, and one's gonna put him down, which is gonna really deter him from shooting for the rest of the fight. This is a very high level of Volkov. Like I said, he's fought everyone except for a title, and but I'm gonna take Volkov here, either probably in a decision, possibly a knockout. I'm not gonna put for certainty on it. Then we have the two main event title fights. We have Joshua Van versus Tatsuya Taira. I want Joshua Van to win this so bad, but I think this is a nightmare for him. His takedown and his ground game hasn't really been tested all too much, and Tatsuya Taira brings a ton of pressure and great takedowns. And I feel like with the size of Joshua Van, he's going to have to be able to get close and close the distance to land his shots on Tatsuya Taira, which fits right into Tatsuya Taira's game of being able to get him to the ground and dominate him on the ground. So in the end, unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to pick Tatsuya Taira to pick up the win here, and we're going to have a new flyweight championship. He's both good on the ground and on the feet. And I think that combination of the well-roundedness will be able to just pry the title off of Joshua Van in a decision. I think Joshua Van's going to really be able to defend submissions and not get submitted, but I'm going to take it still. I'm going to stick with Tatsuya Taira. Then we got the main event, the fight that everyone's looking forward to. This is going to be the build-up for this is going to be chaos. Everyone knows these two are just absolutely outlandish with the shit they say. It sounds like they genuinely hate each other, like Conor McGregor Khabib, saying the most craziest shit ever. Some shit I would never even say during a fight, or I don't even know. But we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland, and boy, this is interesting here. I'm gonna start off by just making my pick, and it's going to be Khamzat Chimaev. I do not want this dude to win whatsoever. I cannot stand the way he be acting, or Sean Strickland for that matter is a wild person. But Sean, no one's really ever tested Sean's ground game, and it will be tested in this fight for 100% sure. And Khamzat just does it to every single person that he fights. It's just batter him on the ground and just manhandle them. So I believe that he will be. He's going to do the same thing to Sean Strickland. Whether or not he gets the finish is the question, or how quickly. This is it. It's just my prediction, man. But I don't want to see it happen. And plus I just want the chaos of Sean Strickland having the title. But it's not going to happen. The only way I could possibly see Sean Strickland win this is if he just takes him into the deep waters, because Khamzat has known to tire out during the fights, but if he's on top controlling, he's not going to tire out. That's his world, and I just don't see a good path for Strickland here. So I'm going to stick with my original pick in Chimaev. So I'm just gonna go off the top of my head with some locks of the week. We're gonna go with Khamzat Chimaev to win, King Green to win, and Gardner to win. Those are gonna be my three. I'm gonna put up the numbers right here to see what a parlay would bring you. No particular. I'm not gonna call any finishes or anything right now, but there's those. So I will be doing a reaction video right after the event on Saturday. But for right now, I gotta go watch Raw. I gotta film another Backlash prediction video. So I will see you in those. I'll be uploading quite a few videos this next week or so. So I'll see you then. Have a good one.